go on a Saturday. Welcome in, everyone, to episode 250. Oh, wait, we're halfway there to 500. Everyone, welcome Saturday, March 4th, 2023. As always, I'm your host, D-Rock, and I'm joined by our NBA guru, my partner in crime, Elvis. Good to see you, kid. I haven't seen you in a while. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Dill. Glad to be on you. Saturday morning, gotta love it. Huge pay-per-view event later on today. But we got some college basketball, we got some NBA, we got some XFL action for the people out there. So let's go.
Let's go. Couldn't said it better myself. Like Elvis said, we got some XFL at the end of the show. We got some NBA talk. We got some college hoops later today. So jam-packed episode here on a Saturday. But last 7 days been profitable for me. 23-16, up 6 units. College basketball has been good to me. I've also been dabbling a little in the player props as well in the NBA. So overall, good on my side. 23-16, up 6 units. How about you? Last 7 days, how you been?
Last 7 days, slightly above water, though. We had 17 and 16. Last night was kind of rough, but other than that, we've been doing okay. I'm not gonna say we've been positive, but we just, above water.
Above water. That's all we could do. And one thing that I could say, or one team I should say, that has been above water for a while. My Knicks, baby. Was that not the greatest shot you've ever seen last night? Jimmy
No.
Butler almost steals it to win the game. Julius Randle gets back, fadeaway three to win the game. That's 8 in a row now. I don't know if anyone could stop my Knicks. We beat your Nets twice. Allude, are we the best team in New York right now?
In New York, yes. Well, we did have a 27-point comeback last night
You
against
did.
the Celtics. I wouldn't say we're better than the Knicks because the Knicks are playing at a supreme level right now during this last 10-game stretch, so gotta respect that. But when they cool down, are they really better than the Nets? I'd love to see that when they cool down just a bit. But for the last month, I'll give the King of New York title to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, Jalen Brunson, I think he's really stepped up. He's
Real side note, it kind of shows right now how big of a snub he was in the All Star
Oh
break
my
because
God. We were talking about it before, how he was a snub.
yeah, but don't get me wrong, Julius Randle's having a comeback season. He's definitely having much better season than he is last season. But Jalen Brunson, man, could I make some noise that this man is severely underpaid? Still, I think the New York Knicks got the steal of the century at 4 years, 100 mil, 110.
It was like 110 or something like that.
That was the deal because this man, still, I'm gonna be honest, he's one of the best point guards in the league. He's
He
leading
has
your
to be.
team. He's gonna make the playoffs, turning a Knicks team around. And look, still, I think Jalen Brunson, not just one piece. Yeah, I could be possibly one piece away next season. Because Jalen
Especially like
Brunson,
a big man, I think.
if you keep Randall, I think you kind of get another guard, Dill. Maybe let RJ go. You saw the success him and Luca. No, hear me out, Dill. Him and Luca did go to the Western Conference Championship last season.
Yeah.
You could say if that, yeah. They went to the Western Conference Finals last season. So if Jalen Brunson gets another, it don't have to be guard. I wouldn't say big man either. I just say another superstar star player. I think they can make some noise in the East. It's still gonna be a tough task with Boston, Bucks, Philly there. But Knicks, man, y'all might just be a player well though, because this past month, y'all been playing great basketball.
The reason I say big man is just because the uncertainty and the injury factor with Mitchell Robinson. Like, I like Julius Randle. He plays the 4,
But he
but
ain't a big man.
but he's not a big man. And apparently, and through the grapevines, this organization was very adamant on not trading this guy, Quentin Grimes, who's now a starter, and he's productive. And I think they like him moving forward. So they're trying to groom him. RJ Barrett is obviously and clearly the third option. There's no way around it. But if he gives you 15 to 17 points a game, that's all we need when Julius Randle's giving you 43, Jalen Brunson's giving you 27. So I think we have pretty good guards. I think we need to get better depth-wise and especially the big man. But hey, big win against the Heat yesterday. Other news, LeBron out 3 weeks. Heard it pop. He was on those little scooter ones, where you got one knee up. But it's just so sad because I don't think the Lakers are now going to make the playoffs, and I feel like who is it? Vanderbilt and Reeves. They got to put this team on their back with Anthony Davis. Tough stretch coming up. They said they're going to reevaluate him in 3 weeks. What do you make of the injury, and what do you think their chances are of actually making the playoffs?
Still, the injury is devastating. We suddenly thought, or I personally thought, the Lakers could finally make a little stretch run to get into the not just the play-in, but possibly into the playoff seeding. Fifth, sixth seed, because it wasn't really. There were 3.5 games back. So you're telling me with 22 games to go, with a healthy LeBron, healthy Anthony Davis, and the new supporting cast, this team could have won, let's say, 14 out of 22. I think they could have, Dill. Now, seriously, I really think this team with LeBron healthy and the supporting class now, with D'Angelo Russell coming back sometime next week or this week, I think this team has enough firepower, not just to make the play-in, to possibly make the playoffs and make some noise in the playoffs. I think with Anthony Davis and LeBron James, I don't care who you are, any team in the NBA, there's going to be a tough 7 games to beat LeBron and AD, a healthy LeBron and AD. Remember, the last time we saw them in the playoffs, AD got hurt. They were up 2-1 against the team who went to the finals, the Phoenix Suns. They were up 2-1. AD gets hurt. They lose 3 straight. And then before that, they won the fucking finals. So I think with a healthy LeBron and a healthy AD is always dangerous come playoff time. And now, do I think they will make the playoffs? Right now, I think they're sitting at the 11th seed or 12th seed. They lost last night against the Timberwolves. If they won last night, they would have been in the play-in at the 10th seed. I give them a shot just because they got 2 home game stints. They got a 5-game home stint now. So you telling me if they could win 3 out of 5, they just lost 1 yesterday. So if you could win 3 out of the next 4, I think you could be in position to make the play-in deal. If LeBron comes back with hopefully, let's say, 10 games left, right? 8 games left, and he could win 5 out of 8, 6 out of 10, I think that will even be enough to get you into at least a play-in deal. So I give the Lakers a small shot to get to the 9th or 10th seed.
It's so devastating not to see LeBron in the playoffs again. Like, I was kind of rooting. Obviously, I'm a huge LeBron fan. I was rooting for another kind of run, maybe another series or 2. LeBron goes off or whatnot. So I don't know. It's just hard to see because when you get production, Dennis Schroeder 6 points, Vanderbilt 8 points, Brown 8 points. Anthony Davis dropped 38, but he can't do it alone. Yeah. So they don't really have depth. Lonnie Walker only had 10 points as well. Hachimura, the guy they traded for, only had 6 points. So they can't be in single digits. Anthony Davis needs some help. Tough loss yesterday at home, but yeah, it's going to be a tough stretch for the Lakers, I think. But Brooklyn Nets comeback after the first quarter. I thought it was done. Down you're down at least 20 points.
27
points. You come back, beat the Celtics 115-105. Great win on the road. Thoughts on the win?
Still shocking. I'm gonna be real. I stopped watching. I tune in late in the third quarter. We're up. It's a close one. We're up. I said, no way. We're up. What's going on? I'm over here.
Mikal Bridges is what's happening.
Brooklyn Bridges.
That's
I wouldn't want to give too much credit for us because we just played hard. I think we just gotta reevaluate the Boston Celtics and why they gave up that huge lead at home. If that happened in Brooklyn, I wouldn't give too much concern about it because, hey, sometimes the crowd gets in it. Some teams start knocking down shots and they just get in rhythm to start flowing, knock the other team out of momentum. But Boston, you're at home. You give up a 27-point lead, and then you get blown off the court 85-45 from the second quarter to the fourth quarter.
It's unacceptable.
From a championship contending team. It's not like this is the Pistons we're talking about. It's not like we're talking about the Wizards. We're talking about the Boston Celtics, the current number 2 seed, who were the number 1 seed all season till about 4 days ago because the Bucks are on a, I think,
15 or 16 game winning streak.
Yeah, they're playing out of this world. Giannis, I think he's trying to make a late case for MVP, but yeah. I think it might be too late. Giannis, I think it might be too late. But I think it was a great win. It shows us the Nets. We still have some potential. It's been a tough selling deal. I ain't gonna hold you as a Nets fan since the trade deadline. Just a lot of bad losses, a lot of double-digit losses against teams that I expected, like Chicago. We got blown out by Chicago, Dill. I wouldn't think we'll get blown out like a team like Chicago, who's not even a playoff team. They might not even make the play-in, and we getting blown out by teams like that. So
Yeah.
when we come back and beat a team like the Celtics double digits on the road, it shows me that we have potential to make something. We're just a superstar away from possibly being contenders again. Because it's not easy to go to Boston and knock off the Celtics.
No, not at all.
That's not an easy task. So, and the fact that we was able to do it from 27 points down, that gives me belief that we could be any team in the NBA.
It's just the inconsistency with the Nets. Like you said, they're losing to teams that we're writing wins for already before they even start. But then against a team where, what were they, 10-point, 11-point underdogs, they come and they win by double digits. So it's the inconsistency where I have trouble with the Nets. But you talked about Jalen Brunson being the pickup of the offseason. You guys had the pickup of the trade deadline getting Brooklyn Bridges. I know KD went, but the way he's performing, he's balling out.
Yeah.
Just take his over every time on his points. It's been cashing. So another crazy game from Brooklyn Bridges, 38 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and he's not even turning the ball over either. +8 on the floor. And that's what you need. Against the Knicks the other night, the game I was watching, it didn't really get production from DFS, Spencer Dinwiddie. They didn't have good games, but if they have games like they did yesterday, 17, then you get Cam Johnson. He'll give you 20.
It was his birthday. It was his birthday, too, yesterday, Dill, so I expected him to ball out. It was also Jason Tatum's birthday. Hold that, L. Happy birthday, kid.
He had 35. Oh, no, he had 22. Another prop that continues to cash, over 2.5 turnovers from Jason Tatum. He's hit that in 9 straight games.
Still, he's been turning the ball over since last year's finals. He had over 100 turnovers just in the playoff run, most in NBA playoff history.
He leads the Celtics with 4 turnovers per game, and the books keep giving us 2.5. I'm going to continue to hammer it because as good as he is, he does turn the ball over.
He's a turnover machine. He's going to be in the top 10 in turnovers every season of his career. Maybe when he, I want to say mature because I want to say he's immature, but when he, just handles more mature with the ball, bringing the ball up court, making better decisions. Just to say that because I'm not going to say Jason Tatum immature. He just has poor, point guard ball decisioning. That's all.
We talked about the Bucks, like you said, 16 in a row. They are the number 1 seed right now. Giannis trying to make a late case for MVP, but Elvis, they haven't lost since January 21st. They keep rolling. They might be the best team in the league right now. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I've been saying this all season long. When the Bucks are healthy, Chris Middleton is just coming off the bench. People, he's not even starting. He's not 100% yet. He doesn't have his legs under him. When the Bucks are healthy, they're the best team in the NBA. There's no ifs, ups, or ands about it, Dill. Giannis is the best player in the league when healthy. And then Chris Middleton and Jrue Holiday might be one of the best 2-3 role players I wouldn't call them role players because Chris Middleton, he's an all-star. Jrue Holiday is an all-star. But they're the best at their roles. Can I at least say that? They're at the best at their roles because they know Giannis is he's the captain, and then Jrue Holiday, he could hit you with a 30-piece and knock down your best your best offensive player because he's one of the best 2-way players in the league. And then Chris Middleton is just a mid-range sniper, So Chris Middleton he's the closer. We all know Giannis is gonna dominate the game. Chris Middleton is going to close the game with the last 4 or 5 minutes. He's just going to mid-range you to death. And Jrue Holiday is going to take your best offensive opponent and he's going to shut him down. Well, I wouldn't say shut him down, but he's going to make him have. He's going to make him have an off night.
Right now they are a huge favorite to win the division. For the East, they're still sitting second at +150. Boston's at +135. For the NBA Finals, they do have the second best odds right behind the Celtics. Celtics leading at +310, Bucks +320. Any sprinkle on winning the East or the championship, or you still think it might come out of the West?
Yeah, to be honest, I love the Bucks. I love the Bucks. I really do think the Bucks are the best team. But the Celtics, man, when they went on that run last season, it showed me a lot, Dill. It showed me they have the continuity. It's literally the same team with Malcolm Brogdon, Malcolm Brogdon is an improvement. And my boy Gallinari, who's who's hurt. He should be coming back sometime soon. Hopefully, I think he's a weapon coming off the bench. Still, I just love how deep the Celtics is, and I love their team in the defensive mindset. But if they run up against a healthy Bucks team,
it might be hard.
I'm gonna take the Bucks to win in 6 or 7 games.
Especially, okay, so there's some value there.
Especially if the Bucks run away with the first seed, because right now I think they got a 1.5 game lead. If they run away with the first seed and Boston has to go there, unlike last season, Bucks had to go to Boston. And remember, Boston won that game 7. Yeah. I think the Bucks win in 7 or 6 still.
Especially who gets the first seed and gets the game 7 back home. That will be very key as well. So you talked about, remember a few months ago, he was leading the 6-man, Russell Westbrook, for months. He was going to be the odds-on favorite. Now he's like last. Now he's like plus 6,000. Malcolm Brogdon, he's the favorite to win 6-man of the year at minus 190. Defensive player of the year, Brook Lopez, second at plus 350, clogging the paint up. And wow. Giannis, second in MVP at plus 700. Joker is minus 300. So he's looking to be a 3-time. But besides maybe MVP, do you think maybe Brook Lopez could sneak in there? Right now, it's Jarrett Jackson from Memphis sitting at minus 180 as the favorite.
I'll give it to Jarrett Jackson, though, to be honest. Brook Lopez doesn't play enough minutes to win Defensive Player of the Year. Jarrett Jackson's a starter. He's been a starter last season, and we all know the Memphis team is a very different team without Jarrett Jackson in the middle of the paint. So I think it will go to Jarrett Jackson. If anything, I'll sprinkle a slight on Giannis at plus 700, though, just because if he brings it up to 25 games, let's say they win 9 more games, still.
Yeah,
and he ends with a 25-game win streak. He has the number 1 seed in the East. He averages damn near 30 points, 11 rebounds. I forgot the assists. I think you got to sprinkle something on him, Dill. But the Joker right now, I don't know if you noticed, Dill, he's averaging a triple-double for the season.
Yeah, and people don't notice because he plays in Denver and it's late.
I realized this the other day. He's over 10 assists and over 10 rebounds a game.
He's crazy.
So we about to see the Joker possibly average a triple-double. How can you not give this man the MVP?
3 years in a row, and he deserves it. I think he's the best. He might be arguably the best center, like skill-wise, I've ever seen. Because there's dominant centers that are more physical, but for him to see the court as good as he brings the ball up sometimes. That's crazy.
Dill, me personally, I'm not gonna disagree with you, but I remember Dwight Howard's prime, and Dwight Howard from like 2006 to about 2012 was one of the best centers I've ever seen in my life, Dill.
Speaking of Dwight Howard, he's in the 3-point contest in China.
Yeah, and he's actually doing pretty good.
I never would have thought I'd see Dwight Howard in a 3-point contest.
Yeah, and then in my own eyes, I think Joel Embiid is there. But I'll give you that. Finesse, skill-wise, like Joker's the least unathletic big man of all time, and he's one of the best big men of all time.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, he's the least athletic.
Yeah.
All time.
I mean, they're doing well. Like the Nuggets, they're 45-19. They're running away with it. They're running away with the West. They're going to be the 1 seed, and if they stay with the 1 seed, Joker will get the MVP again. That's just the reality of what it is. So, so some value here. I almost had Brook Lopez, but like you said, I don't think he plays enough. And Jarrett Jackson is a little better down low, I think. But speaking of a little more NBA news, KD is back playing with the Suns, 2 games back. He dropped 25 first game. Yesterday, dropped 20. He looked good in the couple games he's played. Suns are now a threat in the West, I think, until CP3 or Chris Paul or Kevin Durant get hurt again. But other than that, it's the truth. One of them's going to get hurt.
Still, it's the truth. Well, you don't have to speak it to existence. We know Chris Paul have numerous injury history come late season and playoff time. Remember when he was in Houston, they were up 3 games to 2. He hurts his hamstring. They lose games 6 and 7. Devin Booker, we saw him be up 3-2 against the Bucks in the finals. And then he hurts his hamstring. Wasn't the same. Bucks win 2 in a row, wins the final. So, and Devin Booker's been having a hamstring injury linger him all season long, Dill. So, Kevin Durant coming off a sprained knee. You got a 38-year-old Chris Paul with a lengthy playoff injury history, and then you got Devin Booker with a 55-year-old hamstring. So that's if those three could be healthy, yes, they have a chance to win it all, Dill. No doubt about it. But will all three be healthy? I think. I tell you
question.
what. I tell you what. I think DeAndre Ayton will be ready.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. I'll put money on DeAndre Ayton being there. But Chris Paul
and people gotta stop disrespecting. There's a big four. Let's just be real. This is a big four because DeAndre Ayton ain't no. DeAndre Ayton was the first overall pick. Yeah. People forget DeAndre Ayton was the first overall pick over Luka. Fireball fence.
No, I understand, and I think
about it real quick. Though, side note: Luka, Devin Booker, KD. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Could have been that. Could have been.
I think with KD, it's just sad to say. I just think that as good as all four of them are, one of them will get. It's like Stephen A. Smith. What could go wrong will go wrong. So it's just like that. And I think they are, when all healthy, they arguably might be the most talented team in the NBA. But the chances of them all actually finishing the season and having a long playoff run is very slim in my eyes.
I still think they could possibly represent the West.
Well, look at them. They're sitting at the 4th seed right now. They're 10 games out of the number 1 seed. They've won 2 in a row.
From the 3?
From the 3, they're 3 games back of the Kings. And the Kings, they've won 5 in a row.
No, that's what I'm saying, Dill. It's gonna be a tough task if they have to play against Golden State. I'm telling you right now.
Won 5 in a row now.
I'm telling you right now.
Clay's getting hot.
Steph will come back tomorrow against the Lakers. I'm telling you right now, though, if it's round 1 Phoenix versus Golden State winning that series.
Yep. Just off experience.
No, not just experience. Off the, you should have never left us type vibe. Look at you. Look at you. You over here jumping team to team. You could have just stood with us. Look, we won last year, and we just knocked you off this year. I personally think with, everybody healthy, Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond, Clay, Steph, Kuminga, few role players off the bench, Warriors are deep enough to, I want to say win it back to back, but definitely deep enough to go back.
Elvis, I wanted to say one more thing for the NBA, but we got to skip it. Maybe we'll run back.
Breaking
Alabama's Bryce Young measurements just came in at the combine. Height.
Over under. Give me an over and under. Let me guess it.
Over under 5'9".
I'm gonna say 5'9".
5'10".
Wow,
he's my height.
He wore a couple socks now.
He's 5'10". Guess how much he weighs? Over under 200 pounds.
Under 198.
204.
Oh, yeah.
He was eating. He was eating.
That boy had, oh my God, he had a 5-course meal last night and a 5-course breakfast and weighed in.
How about his hand size?
I wouldn't know, Dill.
Yeah, I don't know hand size either.
I'm going to say small.
Apparently, it is small. It's 9 3/4 of an inch. Apparently, that's smaller than Kyler Murray.
They say Joe Burrow's hands are too small. Look at him.
The comments are the best. I'm taller than him. He wearing platforms.
Yeah, I'm telling you,
he got it.
He got like at least 3-4 pairs of Nike Elite socks on. I guarantee it.
Oh my God.
He's 5'8", 5'9". I guarantee it.
Yeah, so because that was one of the things I wanted to talk about, because he was saying he was 6. Alabama listed him at 6 foot.
6 foot. Yeah.
There's no way he's 6 foot because he's my height. And not to say I'm small or anything, but for an NFL quarterback, you're usually 6 foot or taller. So apparently that was some issues and worrisome around the league for GMs at the combine. It was a nice week or two off, but we're back in football season. Combine's here. Everyone's back. Have you been following the combine or no?
Somewhat. I seen I think Jalen Carter. He run that
Oh
four
yeah,
three
that
nine from
awful incident.
Yeah, but I seen him run a 4.39. No,
He
was it him? It was a teammate from
It was
Georgia.
one of his teammates.
Yeah, yeah. He won a 4.39. That was still. He ran a faster 40 than Stephon Diggs
yeah.
and DeAndre Hopkins. This guy's a DN.
Did
I
you
feel
see his teammates back in Athens, Georgia
yeah.
react? They go, "Yo, he is a
Flying.
monster."
He's flying. So it's just it kind of exciting to see how the game is changing up, Dale. When you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
have D lineman as fast as a wide receiver, I feel bad for any quarterback in that wherever team that drafts him, that division is on notice. That kid
100%.
runs a 4.4. He ran a 4.39. I'm gonna call it a 4.4.
Yeah. And you mentioned Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle. He's going to be a top 5 pick. Regardless of what happens legally, some team is going to say,
He still be a top 5 pick. There, it was
yeah.
just a misdemeanor. It's not like he's facing a felony.
Well,
Not
2
facing.
people did die. That's
Yeah,
the thing. My thing, an official statement from me, if you're in an accident and you're speeding or racing, whatever the case was or what charged with, just don't leave the scene of the crime.
yeah.
You know, that's just, I don't think that's a smart move, especially when you're a top 5 pick and you're going to make millions of dollars. I don't know if that's the wisest, but he was booked on Wednesday night at 11:33 p.m. He was released on bond about 15 minutes after, took a flight to Indianapolis. He performed at the combine as well. So he has to answer some questions with the legal team, but regardless of what happens, it is very unfortunate of what transpired that night. But at the end of the day, some team will take a shot on him because regardless of all that nonsense on the outside, the guy can ball.
Yeah. Rest in peace to those 2 people that lost their
Yeah.
lives and the other 2 that were injured. But I think overall it was just a misdemeanor. I know these things. It was a misdemeanor. He's gonna either have probation, which I doubt. He was a 2-time national champ. He's just gonna pay a lefty fine. That's all, Dill. It doesn't have any criminal charge. He might just get charged with a reckless driving. So worst case scenario, suspend their license for 6 months to a year and a hefty fine. That's all. No jail time. Was he wrong in the situation? Yes, because he was street racing or whatever with one of his teammates, and then what happened, Dill. Do I feel like he should be like held accountable? Yes, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't be held to a certain extent. It sucks to say this, but this happens a lot. Kids, young people go out, they drink a little bit, and they go out and they speed for no reason, and they do this. This happens a lot, though, and I don't think this kid should get his career and his future thrown away just from one bad incident.
For one bad incident, I agree. It's unfortunate. Hopefully he learns from it. And I think you and I both believe second chances. Everyone deserves them. No one's perfect.
I guarantee you right now, his agent not letting him drive.
We'll hire you a driver. You are not driving anymore.
No more track hawks, no more Hellcats. We're gonna put you in an Escalade and you're sitting in the back, buddy.
Kind of like how you saw your boy Brian Flores in New York. Yeah, he had a driver. Yeah, that big body too. Other thing going on in the NFL, people getting released, people getting franchise tagged, but contract Daniel Jones. So it seems like from everything
he wants the bag now.
From everything that I'm reading, it looks like the 2 sides, they're progressing towards getting a deal done by next week. And I was wrong. Earlier in the show, I said, hey, Jones is going to get anywhere from 35 to 37 million.
I told you now,
but it looks like the starting point is 40 million or a little more. So good for him. I think he deserves it. He did the most with less last year. And hopefully he continues to prove under Daboll. I think that was the greatest hire in the offseason for coaching wise. So thoughts on Jones and what appears to be getting a deal done soon.
They're saying that the number is Daniel Jones is seeking 45 million a year. I don't know if the Giants will get there. I do agree with you. I think they'll end up somewhere around 40, Dill. But I said it on podcast months ago, Dill. These quarterbacks are going to demand more money than Deshaun Watson.
They don't have everything for everyone.
No, he didn't do nothing. Cleveland Browns fucked everything up for everyone. Nobody told the Cleveland Browns to give him a $230 million contract fully guaranteed. That's the issue, people. It's not the fact that Deshaun got a 5-year, $230 million contract. It's the fact that he got it fully guaranteed. Now you got people like Lamar. Lamar wants minimum 230, 250, fully guaranteed. How much you think Daniel Jones gonna want? At least 200 million, or more than, at least more than Kyler Murray. But trust me, all these quarterbacks gonna want their contract fully guaranteed. Well, I guarantee when Justin Herbert goes up or Joe Burrow goes up for a contract, I guarantee it's gonna be a $250 to $320 million contract, fully guaranteed.
They're probably going to get anywhere from 47 to 50, maybe even starting at 50.
More. Aaron Rodgers is over 50. So
yeah, but we could agree that was a bad contract
for a 2-time reigning MVP.
But he's still not at that level, even though I low key want him.
Still at the time, at that moment, you guys said this is before last season.
Yeah.
You talking to somebody who just won back-to-back MVP. All right. Quick question. If the Joker walks into the office and he wants a new contract after winning 3 MVPs in a row, you got to make him the highest paid man in the league.
Yeah, I have no argument. I can't.
I'm the 2-time reigning MVP.
Yeah. And he's averaging a triple-double. We've gotten the number 1 seed how many times?
I would have asked for 5% of ownership. I would have been, look, I'll take $40 million a year and give me 5% of ownership.
Yeah.
I'm Green Bay Packer. That's what I would have done. For life, I would have done that. Me personally, I would have give me $100 million, give me 10%.
Now, where does this leave a guy like Saquon Barkley, who they said they want to re-sign, they want to keep him long term, but it looks like they might not have enough money if they give Daniel Jones all this money? Are they going to franchise tag him?
I think they're just trying to get him on a friendly deal. Remember, Ezekiel Elliott is the highest paid running back in the league. I think at $14.5 million, $15 million.
Another bad contract.
Terrible. The worst contract in possibly NFL history, though. Maybe not. Albert Haynesworth. I don't know if you remember that contract. Yeah. Shout out Albert Haynesworth, former Patriot, great Washington player, but it's not the here or there. I think the Giants just don't want to caught up in that. Yeah, you had a great season last season. Also, the first season you was fully healthy throughout since your rookie year. I think the Giants just want to get him at like a 2-3 year deal, possibly a friendly at like $25 to $30 million contract. So I don't think they're trying to pay him more than $10-12 million a year. And I think Saquon gonna be like, I should at least deserve what Zeke Elliott gets. Because if you're his agent and you're Zeke, you're going to go to the office and you're going to show them your numbers and show them Ezekiel Elliott numbers. And then you're going to see what Zeke gets paid and what I get paid. Mind you, that was a horrible contract that Jerry Jones, signed. I think Saquon just has to pride up, swallow his pride and just take a friendly 8 to 10, hopefully $12 billion contract deal. I don't think the Giants are going to offer him more than $10 million.
It's kind of interesting how we're talking about quarterbacks' revenue and income rising and running backs decreasing. They used to get a lot of contracts, but now since their playing span is only a good
5 years,
5 years, if that. So, they're really not worth double digits. Maybe in their first contract, but their second contract, you might not, especially if you have injury history, you're not going to get 10 million plus anymore.
Most of these quarterbacks just play off their rookie deal and then that's it.
So very interesting. I think Saquon should take a friendly deal. I think he will get franchise because they're prioritizing Daniel Jones, which they should. I think they need to prioritize the quarterback first, but I think Saquon will stay. But it's just a bad contract just because of like Zeke. And apparently, so the reason Mike McCarthy and the offensive coordinator who left, not Keelan,
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, thank you. So Mike McCarthy was getting it down from Jerry Jones. Hey, run the ball. We're giving this guy a lot of money. And Kellen Moore was saying, hey, we want to pass the ball. We're trying to score as many points to win the game. That's fucking logical. And Mike McCarthy said, I don't care about the points. I want to run the ball. Imagine saying that.
Dude, this is all I'm going to say to that. You lost an NFC divisional round game. And real quick to go back to his quote. He said, Mike McCarthy said, I want to run the ball more so my defense could carry me. Your defense held the 49ers to 19 points. Your quarterback has to go out and win that game.
Yeah.
Your quarterback don't throw 2 interceptions. You win that game.
Talk to him.
So, Kellen Moore didn't do. He did a tremendous job. Since he became the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys, they're second in points per game since 2018, 2019. They're second in yards per game. They're second in total points per game. Still, I can make a case he's the best offensive coordinator in football.
And it sucks that he had to be let go because of Mike McCarthy and Jerry Jones wrongdoing and couldn't get it right, But he's going to thrive in his new role in LA.
I guarantee you right now the Chargers are going to take a step up.
Oh, 100, especially Justin Herbert.
Look how good Dak Prescott looked in the past 3 seasons. I think Justin Herbert's going to take a step up.
Yeah, I agree 100%. The last thing I wanted to circle back before we get into our plays for the weekend, Ja Morant. What a bad guy. Bro, after the article I sent you, did you see on IG Live after a loss last night, he was flaunting a gun in his IG Live?
Dude.
What are your comments on that? Because that can't be my star and my head of the franchise, Memphis, who they're sitting at the 2nd seed right now. They're going to be a playoff team. You can't have the face of your franchise beating up 17-year-olds. That's crazy.
Dude. I wish I could plead the 5th.
You can't. No plead of the 5th here.
Damn.
Because you know you're wrong.
Job, man. You got
He's like a fake wannabe tough guy, I feel like.
You got $200 million. Well, you don't have to. You have a $200 million contract. So, that's about $100 million after taxes and whatever in the bank. You got a Nike deal. I don't know how many shoes you're going to drop in that contract, but I'm going to say you're going to at least drop 5 signature shoes. So for the next 5 seasons, you're getting NBA money and Nike money. And you want to throw that all away. I'm not going to say you're not, but to play a persona that you're this, you're that. Bro, you're Ja Morant. You're one of the best NBA players in the world. And you want to show these young kids that look up to you that this street life, doing this, hanging with this, drinking a Casamigos every now and then is cool. Bro, that shit's not cool when you're making $200 million. And I'm telling you some real game right here. I know you're not going to listen, but I hope somebody could bring this to your ear. All that petty stuff you're doing with your boys in the studio, chilling, all that, you could do that when you're 40 and retired, bro. You could do that the rest of your life. For the next 10 to 15 years, you need to focus on how to make the most money as possible, how to become one of the greatest players in NBA history, and to create generational wealth for you and your family. So your grandkids wouldn't have to work, your mom and your dad would never have to work, your sisters, your partners, none of them will ever have to work if you just do what you got to do for the next 10 to 15 years. Stop trying to. I'm not saying you're that guy. I'm not saying you're not him. You might be that. But look at how many players in history have left that life to become a professional. Look at Allen Iverson. Yeah. Allen Iverson was a G. Everybody knows this. But Allen Iverson wasn't making it publicly. He wasn't dumb enough to be like, yeah, I'm going to do this publicly. I'm going to do that publicly. Look at Stephen Jackson. Matt Barnes. These are all real dudes, bro. These are all real. Jason Terry. Shout out Jason Terry. These are all real people, man. And I guarantee you got to talk to them, man, because the path you possibly could go down and cost yourself hundreds of $millions, you're going to regret it, buddy.
Yeah, he was on IG Live this morning, just in the studio with a bunch of his boys. It looks like it's very dark out, but he put up a gun next to his face, smiling with his change and everything. And I like you said, man, I just don't think it's a good look. Maybe it's Memphis getting to him because he isn't from Memphis. He's from South Carolina, so maybe the whole Memphis rap scene is getting to him.
One more side note, Dill.
Yeah.
With Ja, when you step out, when you're on IG Live, when you post on Instagram, you got to remember.
Everyone's watching.
I'm not just representing John Morant. I'm representing the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm representing the NBA. I'm representing Nike. I'm representing Powerade. I'm representing all of these deals.
My family.
Your family. You're representing. So when you step out and you act a certain way, guess what? Some of these companies not gonna like how you're portraying your lifestyle.
Yeah.
Nike not gonna have that. We see Nike drop players all the time. They
Mhm.
they drop my man Kyrie over sharing a link. It's not to here or there what the link was, but in reality, all he did was share a link and then they apologize for it.
Yeah.
And they dropped him.
I love the comment. It goes, does John Morant forget he's an NBA superstar or something?
Yo, bro, look at your boy from last year, Malik Bridges.
Done.
Bro, he was about to get a $200 million contract. And he
Threw it away.
threw it away. Don't be Malik Bridges, Ja. Don't be him. Don't be him.
It's just sad because regardless of all the stuff outside that he's doing on the court, he's a star. Like, he is really good. So it just, I guess it mind boggles me a little bit. Like, you're potentially throwing all of this away just to be cool. Like, I don't know. You know what's cool to me? Having 500 million in the bank.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, other than that, Damian Lillard dropped 71 the other night. What a game by him, dropping all those points as well, even though Portland not really going anywhere in my eyes. But yeah, other than that, let's get into our plays. But before we do that, we are presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry after a Saturday morning workout. Doesn't matter. Our flavors pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, Elvis, where do you want to start? NBA? You want to start college? What do you want to do?
Let's just start NBA deal. Bang it out in college and XFL.
All right, let's do it. Let's start in the NBA. First game, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. Washington Wizards hosting the Toronto Raptors. Raptors short favorites on the road, -2, over-unders at 222.5. What do you like for this one?
Dill, give me the home team, Dill. I'm going to take the home team. Give me the Wizards at +102 on the money line, Dill. You got Beal. You got Porzingis. You got Kuzma on the lineup. I understand that the Raptors are a little better on paper, Dill, but they haven't been playing well, and I don't expect them to play well again tonight, Dill. I'm tired of the Raptors. Give me the Wizards plus money at +102.
Yeah, and the Washington just beat the Raptors 2 days ago. So rematch there. They beat them by 11 points as well. They're on a 2-game winning streak. And yeah, you're right. I just can't back the Raptors, especially on the road.
I'm over them, bro. I'm tired.
Having a down year, right?
Bro. And Pascal Siakam came out balling to start the season. He got hurt, and then everything went left. Scotty Barnes had such a great rookie year. He kind of, I want to say he fell off, but he's having a second-year slump.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, no, I agree with that. I take the +2 with the team who is playing better at home, especially. So, team that's not playing well, Detroit Pistons. They are on the road taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers -15.5 at home. Jesus Christ. Over-unders at 219. Detroit 1-9 straight up in their last 10 games. But is +15 too much, Elvis?
+15 is crazy, Dill. Even at 15.5. I got to lean the +15 with Detroit, Dill. But 15 points is a lot of points, Dill. If anything, tease Cleveland down, because I do expect Cleveland to win by double digits. But, +15.5 points is a lot of points, Dill.
Yeah, 100%. Let's go to the next one. On a back-to-back, Miami Heat staying home, hosting the Atlanta Hawks. Miami Heat -2.5 at home. Over-under is at 224. Like I said, Miami lost last night to the Knicks. As for they're both on back-to-backs. Atlanta Hawks, they won against Portland. They won by over 10. So who do you like here? I think Atlanta's playing a little better right now. Miami 4-6 straight up in their last 10, 2-8. They can't cover to save their life. You back in the home team?
Give me Atlanta, Dill. On the
Yeah.
oh no, I'm sorry,
Whoa.
Dill. I'm
You're
sorry.
gonna take the Heat.
I'm gonna take the Heat for one reason, Dill. I
Ooh.
apologize. I'm gonna take the Heat just because they got embarrassed the other night, Dill, against Philly. No Joel Embiid. They went to Philly, beat Philly, and then they faced Philly again at home. Joel Embiid sat out so he could play the back-to-back in Dallas, and they lost. So I think they're gonna come out with some fire, Dill. That's the only reason I'm picking them, just because they lost the other day without Joel Embiid. I think they're gonna. And it's been rough sailing for the Heat for the past month and some change.
Month.
The Heat been struggling, Dill. So I think they're gonna fight. They're gonna play hard tonight. Give me the Heat on the money line -120.
All right, let's go to a stinker of a matchup. Two of the worst teams. Houston Rockets on the road taking on San Antonio Spurs. Rockets, short favorites on the road, -1.5. Kind of a pick 'em right now. Over under is at 230.5. Houston, 2-8 ATS last 10, while the Spurs 3-7 ATS last 10. Houston, they've lost 10 in a row, and they're favorites right now. I know Spurs are bad, but you got to take them, right?
Dill, I might take Houston. You know why?
Oh,
You know why, Dill? Because understand they're playing this game called the lottery pick. They all trying to get that number one pick, Dill. And Houston is 3 down on in the win column, Dill. So it'll favor the Spurs just a little bit if the Houston can sneak out a win, Dill. So I'm not going to tell the people to put money on Houston.
Yeah.
But I might have to put money on Houston, Dill. I'm going to lean Houston money line.
All right, let's go out. I think the game of the weekend, or at least for today, my Milwaukee Bucks hosting the 76ers. Bucks -5 at home, over under 231. Like we said, Bucks 16 in a row. Last 10 games for the 76ers, 6-4 straight up, 6-4 ATS as well. You think they have a chance here, though, to break the streak?
Yes, Dill. I think you gotta sprinkle something on the money line. 16-game winning streak is a long winning streak. Dill might be able to come to an end today. Definitely be tuning in. Primetime 8:30 ABC. Give me Philadelphia +5 on the road, Dill. I expect it to be a nip and tuck game. I know Philly, they have the pieces to knock off the Bucks, Dill. Will they? I'd love to see that, but I think the Philly lose a close one, though. Give me Philly +5.
All right. I got a player prop for this one. I'm going to go Brook Lopez over 12.5 points. He scored 13 points in 5 straight games, 7 of his last 10. And on the season, he's hit this rate in 62% of the season against the 76ers. So Philly, they rank 3rd in points against. Though Lopez has cleared this in 3 straight meetings versus 76ers. I think he could do it again. I think this is just a good matchup for Brook Lopez. 12.5 seems a little short. -120. I like Brook Lopez over 12.5 points for this one. Let's go to the last game on the board. Sacramento Kings, I think they might be the surprise team of the league this year. Laying 5, big win last night against the Clippers. -5 at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves, over under 237. Do they keep it rolling?
Dill, give me the Kings. You know what, Dill? I'm going to lean the Kings -5. I'm going to take it a little step there. Give me the under 238.5, Dill. Both teams coming off a back-to-back. Kings winning a close one last night against the Clippers, and then you got Minnesota beating LA and beating the Lakers in LA, Dill. So I don't expect both teams to have a high-scoring game, Dill. I want to say low-scoring game because the Kings, they're going to put up points no matter what. But I expect them to be a little slow today, Dill. So give me the under 238.5, and it's kind of going in my favor as of right now. It's at 237. You're muted.
Player props that you might like in this game or throughout any of the slates or any of the games?
There's no really player props for this game yet out. Only like first made field goal. But Dill, I gotta lean Joel Embiid over 31.5.
You hit that last week.
I know. I've been rolling with it. Been rolling with Anthony Davis over. Hit that again last night.
Yeah,
over rebounds and points. I think Joel Embiid, man. I think he's gonna put up a lot of points, and he's gonna, like I said, I keep saying this, but he's gonna keep going out there and making a statement. Dill,
100%.
He's not in any MVP talks. He's a top 3 seed. He was leading the NBA in points. I think Luka just took over that, but Embiid's still averaging over 30 points a game. Got his team in the 3 seed. I just feel like he doesn't get the respect he deserves, though. And I know on a bright night like this against Giannis, the best team in the NBA right now, win 16-game winning streak, all eyes will be on him, and I don't think he will disappoint.
If you want to get in on the action, go and download Prize Picks today. All first-time users that deposit, use promo code DREAMWAGER, will receive 100% instant deposit match up to $100. You deposit 100, Prize Picks will match you. They'll give you 100 as well. So you pick 2 players, like I said, Brook Lopez over his points, take Joel Embiid over his points and rebounds, or just his points. Combine them up, you can earn up to 10 times your money on any entry. You're not playing against other people. It's just you and the Prize Picks projections. So fast, easy picks can be made within 60 seconds. So download today, offer fast withdrawals as well. So download Prize Picks now, not now, right now, and use promo code DREAMWAGER when you sign up. Elvis, anything else on the hardwood for the NBA?
That's just about it. If anything, I'll have some leans for tomorrow. There's nothing up, but the Knicks plus points against the Celtics. The Knicks been rolling. Nets minus whatever we give the Hornets. Phoenix, whatever the spread is against Dallas.
Golden State
money line, whatever the spread is against the Lakers, and
Milwaukee, I would say, because
Memphis over the Clippers. Clippers lost 5 straight games.
They're another one. Close game. They should have won. Kawhi was out, but Paul George, Russell Westbrook didn't play that bad. But yeah, tough sailing for the Clippers right now. But you're right. If anything, you'll be posting your plays on Action for tomorrow's slate. But let's get into the college slate. Over 100 games today. Conference tournaments have started. We're only about a week or 2 away from Selection Sunday. 7 games on the slate for myself, or 7 plays, I should say. So we'll start with the early game, 12:30. I'm going to take Southern Miss over South Alabama on the money line, minus 114. I'm going to take Fordham and Duquesne under 146, too many points. I'm going to take my favorite team, San Jose State, plus 2.5 against the Air Force Academy. I'm going to take Kansas, the Jayhawks, on the road against Texas Longhorns, plus 3.5. Give me Oklahoma State Cowboys, plus 6.5 against Texas Tech. And this is my favorite play. I'm going to take Mississippi State on the road against Vanderbilt, minus 2.5. And then the late night special, 11 o'clock on the East Coast, Arizona State and USC under 143.5. Too many points. Any college plays for you? Hopefully you're not fading me.
Dill, I gotta have one, Dill. Well, I'm gonna give one lean and then one official play. I'm gonna lean Auburn at home, Dill, to pull off the upset. Hopefully they storm the court there. But give me Texas A&M money line minus 122 against Alabama, Dill. I think they pull off the upset at home. I understand they're a little favorite at minus 122, but you know me, Dill. I'm here for Saturdays to see the court get stormed, people, and that's what I want to see. Let's go Texas A&M. Let's storm the court.
The Alabama one, obviously you heard about the gun and the guy. Yeah. Now, the next game, they do their opening thing and they do the pat down. You got to be aware of what you're doing, my boy. I'm not condoning it, and I know they've been doing it the whole season, but right after one of your teammates was charged and is in jail for having a gun and leading to a death, you just can't do that.
You can't do that.
And then the coach comes out, I like Nate Oates too. The coach, he goes, "I'm not there. I don't know what goes on in the." You're the head coach. You should know what's going on. And then he backtracked and said, "I'll be paying more attention to what they do." But yeah, that just can't happen. You just got to be aware of what's going on. It's these college kids, man. They want to do everything for social media. They want to look cool. At the end of the day, I don't think that's a smart or wise move by anyone. But
Jill, you gotta understand these kids. They're not thinking.
They're not thinking.
They're not thinking. Jill, you gotta understand. Me at 19, 18, I would have probably done the same.
And that's the thing. That's what people are saying. But it's like, I feel them though. I feel them, but I don't at the end.
You gotta understand. All the people that don't like it, put yourself at your mindset at 18, and don't tell me. That's pretty cool. That's funny.
Yeah.
At 18 years old, that's cool. It's not cool now,
No, no,
but
no.
in front of all your friends, that's
And it's not even more of the pat down of what he did. It's more of the coach and him not even realizing or recognizing that they did something that was wrong. And he's like, "Oh, I had no idea." Well, you're the coach. You have to know what's going on.
yeah.
But anyway, that was my 2 cents on Alabama. I do hope they lose, honestly. And the Texas A&M one I do like as well. Should be a close game. That's why the line is where it's at. But Elvis, thank you. You're not fading me. We also got Duke, North Carolina. So lean Duke, but North Carolina is playing well at home anyway. So that's going to be a good one for tonight. Elvis, let's transition to the XFL. We got 4 games this weekend, 1 tonight, 3 on Sunday. I'm looking to stay hot. I'm looking to stay hot in the XFL. Let's go to the first one. We'll start for tonight. Seattle Sea Dragons, my team on the road taking on the Vegas Vipers. Seattle Sea Dragons -3.5 on the road. Over unders at 37.5. Do you have any play in this game?
No, Dill. If anything, I'll lean to Seattle. I gotta lean your team, Dill. But the Dragons, any team on the road is gonna be a tough task for
Yeah.
me, especially just dabbling in. So I'm not gonna tell you, lay the 3.5 on the road. I gotta see these games, people. So if anything, I gotta lean the +4 at home. Till you know me, you gotta take the points at home. So I hope it's a good game. I'm definitely gonna try to watch it, Dill. But I gotta lean the home team +4, Dill.
Yeah, both teams 0-2. The Vegas Vipers, they've only accumulated a mere 116 rushing yards in the first 2 games. So Seattle, they haven't actually been running the ball downhill either, despite what every article is saying. They have a great offensive line. They just can't run the ball. So their longest run, Seattle, has been 14 yards this season. So the good news is, remember our boy from the Cowboys, Ben DiNucci?
Yeah.
He's their quarterback, and he's thrown for 448 yards. He leads the league this season. He has 2 receivers with 12 catches or more at his disposal, and neither of them are Josh Gordon. So it's very good. I like the factor of Vegas's defense. They're kind of limited. They got some guys injured. So Seattle, they own 2 of the league's 3 successful 3-point PAT conversions, which I kind of like. You can make a 3-point conversion, which hey, if you're down, you could come back and tie the game. So I kind of like that. Something to watch if they're heading to getting points as well. So Vegas, they've missed all 3 of its field goal attempts so far. Their special teams is not good. But more than anything, the Vegas Vipers, they still need to settle on a quarterback. Ever since Luis Perez started 8 of 9 in Arlington on their first drive, the Vipers combo of Perez and Brett Huntley they've only connected 50% of their passes in 7+ quarters. I don't trust them with their injuries. So I'm going to lay the 3. I got -3. I'll still lay the 3.5 with the Sea Dragons. So that's going to be my first official play. Let's go to Sunday. First game on the board. St. Louis Battlehawks taking on DC Defenders. DC -2.5 at home. Over unders at 36.5. What do you got for this one?
Dill, no play here, Dill. But I gotta lean the +3 with St. Louis, Dill. Like I said, I'm gonna be taking the points with all these teams, so I find a little more with them, Dill. If anything, I'm gonna lean the under as well, 36.5. That may be a little too rich for DC, but I'm gonna lean St. Louis +3.5. Well,
Yeah,
2.5. Well, 3.
it depends on the book. The book I'm looking at is -2.5. There are 3s out there. So if you do like Seattle, I would shop around to get the 3. But I think this should be a good one. Both teams 2-0. Someone's has got to go. And I think it's going to be the Battlehawks. The Battlehawks, they've been kind of ketchup out of the bottle in both of their games. They just find ways to win at the end, but they've kind of saved all their miracles towards the end. So I guess there is something to be said about finding ways to win, especially when you're counted out. So to launch a late comeback versus San Antonio, then to do it against Seattle, they got some confidence in the building right now, I will say. So if the Hawks can show that they're more than just a successful fire drill team late towards the game, maybe they actually will be a good team. So through the first 2 weeks, St. Louis, they've allowed 9 first half sacks. They've achieved only 2 sacks of their own. I think it's also important to note St. Louis, they've forced a league's best 4 fumbles, recovering all of them. DC has only had 183 passing yards through the 2 games, the longest completion going only 18 yards. The 2 quarterback system that they're running with King and Amuron, it's worked. King's, he's the mobile guy he has some weapons, and he's responsible for 15 of the defenders' 40 points. He rushes for 46 yards. I love the defenders' defense as well. I think that's what's leaning me towards DC. They have depth. They have the speed on defense. They're more physical. Their defense has been one of the true eye-openers, like I said, in the league. You got Jamal Brooks. He's already recovered 2 fumbles. Mikel Joseph, he has 2 picks in week 1. So they also have a local guy, Jawan Neal. He's from Maryland. He's the team's leading tackler as well. He's amongst the top 5 in the NFL in all tackles. So I like the defenders. I'll lay the 2.5 with them. I don't think we'll see another comeback performance from the Battlehawks as well. So DC, they haven't allowed a single point in the 4th quarter up to date. The DC defenders, they've also outscored their opponents in the second half 32-9. So I think we see another tight one here, but I'll lay the 2.5 with DC. Other games we got Arlington Renegades hosting Orlando Guardians. Renegades laying 8.5 at home, over under 37.5. What's your play for this one?
Joe, I gotta lean Orlando plus 8.5. I understand Arlington been doing great, and I understand Orlando has been. Isn't Orlando the team that the quarterback gave out the plays?
Yeah, he got cut.
Yeah, he got cut. So it's gonna be tough to see one if Arlington already knows the plays because the dude just got cut. So, and they don't even have the quarterback deal. So, you know what? I might have to lean the minus 8.5 because they go in with a fresh quarterback, new system, new everything. So, I don't know if they're going to be able to put up points on the board deal. So, if anything, if you can find Orlando's team total under, that's what I'm going to do. Give me, is that even?
Yeah, you gotta, some books offer it, some books don't. So you really have to search for it.
Yeah, search for it, people. Orlando team total under. Because I'm telling you right now, they don't have a quarterback.
No, I was going to lean the Guardians, but then that report came out. I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago where he gave the plays to the other team. And I go, what the fuck is this? Is this like real life? I thought it was a scam, but I read other reports that it was true. So you got to think they don't have a quarterback. Guy coming in late. Maybe you want to, I know it's a lot in the XFL, but 8.5, they are the better team, at home. I would lean with the Arlington Renegades as well. So 8.5, no official play, but I would lean them. Maybe you take them in a teaser to get them down. And then last game, your team, Houston Roughnecks at home, facing the San Antonio Brahmans. The San Antonio team, that's the Rock's team. They have his logo and everything. So Houston minus 4.5 at home, over unders 36.5. You back in your Houston team?
First of all, not my Houston team.
That's your team. That's your team.
Give me the Houston Roughnecks minus 4. I should have took them last week minus 5.5.
I did go. Let's go.
So I'm gonna take Houston Roughnecks this week minus 4 deal at home. The Rock's team. So hopefully it's a good game and hopefully they cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston in a money line parlay with the DC Defenders plus 143, a little 2-team parlay. I didn't want to lay the 4.5 because San Antonio is a sneaky team. You got Hines Ward as the coach, so Hall of Famer now coaching the team. So I don't know if I want to lay the 4.5, but I do like them to get the win. Maybe they win by 3. Another teaser option for you, but gonna do a money line parlay. DC Defenders minus 160 and Houston Roughnecks minus 200. You get parlay, 2-leg parlay at plus 143. So that's what I like in XFL. Anything else? Any last words, Elvis, before we get up out of here? This was a good EP.
Let's just have a good weekend. Let's just have positive records for both of us, and let's just be up some units come Monday.
Are you gonna come over and watch UFC 285, the return of the GOAT? Let's fucking go.
I hope I can stay up.
Yeah. No, hopefully the card is stacked. Hey, around 8 o'clock when the prelims are going on, get yourself a nice cup of Joe. Is coffee something that gets you up, or you could still go to sleep and drink?
I drink a cup of coffee and take a nap. That's all, bro. All the people out there, that's all mental. All that coffee, bro, that's cap. If
Yeah.
you feel like it gives you energy, by all means, it gives you energy. I personally can drink a hot cup of coffee and go to sleep.
Yeah, so right now I have my cup of coffee and I'm on my second one, and it's only 10 o'clock here on the East Coast, and it wakes me up a little, but I do agree. Like even at nighttime, like around 6, 7 o'clock, I can have a cup of coffee and still go to bed by 10.
Yeah.
So I think it's a little more mental, but Elvis, thank you so much. That's going to do it for this Saturday edition of the Dream Wager. On behalf of our sponsors, Prize Picks, Viva Tequila, Elvis, myself, we'll see you guys in a few days. So please follow along our social media, Twitter and Instagram at the Dream Wager. You can find all of our episodes wherever you listen to podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher. If you haven't already, please subscribe, rate, give us a review. All that good stuff really helps the show grow. So be a friend, tell a friend. Everyone have a great few days. Good luck on your wagers. Be safe, be well. We'll see you guys down the road. Peace.